constitutional law firm that represents folks whose constitutional rights are being violated throughout the nation. And we are the nation's leading legal advocate against the abuse of eminent domain, where eminent domain is used not for a public use like a road or a public building, but for private economic development. And unfortunately, the abuse of eminent domain has come to Nashville, Tennessee. As all of you know, last month, Nashville's redevelopment agency, the Metropolitan Development and Housing Authority, filed a condemnation action against Country International Records and Joy Ford. Nashville wants to take this small, unique, independent business to give to a private developer to put up another office building on Music Row that will house businesses that have absolutely nothing to do with music. By condemning this building, Nashville is not only violating Tennessee law and the Tennessee Constitution, it is taking a little bit of its heart and soul in the process. I am pleased to be able to announce today that we are here to put a stop to the abuse of eminent domain in Nashville, Tennessee. All right. Just this morning, we filed paperwork in court. We filed what's known as an answer and objections with the court to fight the Metropolitan Development and Housing Authority. We also filed discovery against the MDHA and the Lionstone Group, which is the Houston-based developer that's supposed to get this property. And we are going to demand to know the basis for what they are claiming they are going to do with this property, the legality of what they're going to do, and we will exhaust every single avenue available to us so that this building stays where it is on Music Row. All right. Be able to join with a very prominent eminent domain lawyer here in Tennessee, Mr. Jim Fisher of the law firm of Lassiter Tidwell here in Nashville. They're going to serve as our Tennessee counsel, and we're going to be the dynamic duo against the abuse of eminent domain. We have a lot of materials here. It's going to be up on our website as to why we are challenging this, how we are going to challenge this. But I just want to make a couple of very brief remarks about what we're going to do before turning it over to the real stars of the show here. You know, what is perhaps most outrageous about this taking is that it is entirely unnecessary. The developer itself has admitted that they don't need this property, that they could build around it. And the fact that they are insisting on taking this building is absolutely outrageous. Eminent domain should be used for true, necessary public uses, not for the convenience of a private developer. They still have the chance to do this. They can go back to their original plan and simply build around Country International, keep this great part of the history of Nashville here, and they can do whatever they wish on the land that they own. They're also going to claim that this is a blighted area. Well, you know from being in this building and taking a look at it that this is not a blighted building. This is a wonderful piece of Nashville's history that's still an active business today. MDHA is also going to claim, well, this is a blighted area. Well, the problem for them is that they are relying on a blight designation from 1999 that looked at the conditions in this area then, not today. And unfortunately for the MDHA, the Tennessee legislature, in response to the Kelo decision from the U.S. Supreme Court, which sparked this nationwide backlash against eminent domain abuse, changed the law. They changed the standard for blight. They changed the procedure and the inquiry that MDHA has to go through back in 2006, and they made it clear that every condemnation after 2006 must comply with the new law. So MDHA really does not even have the statutory authority to do this type of taking because they're relying on a blight law that is out of date and really no longer exists under Tennessee law. So we think that we have a very strong legal case, and we look forward to presenting this case to the judge, to the court, and in order to protect Mrs. Ford's rights and to make sure that she stays exactly where she ought to be on Music Row. Yeah.